Well, so if we get past the percentage of business that just fail in general, and we look at the ones that survive that stall out, at least in my mind, is really the difference of an owner or a team going from startup and achieving good, but never getting past good. The difference between good and excellent, or good and legendary, is a huge lift. It's a hard lift. I would argue it's significantly more difficult than just starting. I think it's generally pretty easy today to start a business and just show up and find some success. Growing it, scaling it, turning it into something that generates tremendous amount of revenue or has a large team is that next step in evolution. And it's not terribly difficult to get good. It's really difficult to get excellent or beyond. And so for me, I think that's the number one thing that I see that's the difference maker of businesses that stall or don't stall. I would say the hidden danger behind comfortable revenue is, well, one, you don't push to get into excellent or beyond. Two, comfortable revenue can disappear pretty quickly depending on market conditions, many or other conditions which none of us have any control on. And so I think that could be a competitor that comes in and jumps into your space. That could be economic conditions that affect the state, the country, the city, or larger. And so it could also be any number of other factors. So being comfortable with where you're at doesn't really kind of call to a higher purpose or serve a higher purpose. So I think complacency can lead to laziness, and laziness leads to potentially an owner or a team checking out. And so not only is your revenue not comfortable when that happens, your revenue plummets. At least my perspective, the people that are on this team, they want to build something. And that's not really a pun in that, we build beautiful homes and offices, but they want to continue to push forward and build new things together. And so anybody who doesn't do that is just not kind of operating at their highest, best use as a human. So we're looking for people and have people that want to consistently push the envelope, which is a great path for us. The most recent plateau within the last few years would have just been like opportunity. There's no shortage of opportunity in the marketplace. There's more than we could ever get to, but it was only me. I was the driving factor behind it. And I was the one following up and following through on it. I wasn't doing the estimating. I did pass that off a number of years ago, which allowed me to kind of scale into more estimates, but I could only produce so many opportunities. And I think that it's a lot of work to maintain relationships, whether that's our architectural partners, our design partners, our trade partners, referral sources, luxury real estate community. We have deep relationships in that space. And it's just more than one person can get to. And so one of the things that I did a few years ago within my thought process of what I've seen in commercial construction, most commercial contracting companies, especially ones that are a little larger, medium to large scale, they have account executives or business development reps, or call them different titles, right? I couldn't find another residential company that was a custom builder, whether that's custom new or large scale rental like what we do, that had anything like that. And so I modeled a client liaison team after some of the commercial stuff I had seen and brought in the first person, and we spent 6 months kind of figuring out what was going to work and not work. And then it took another 6 months for that person to kind of find her stride. And so now about 18 months later, all of a sudden, it's not just her, it's her plus another one plus me. And it's not even triple the net, it's probably 5 times the opportunity. And so we might have had 3 to 4 projects at any given time in what we call our pre-construction phase, but working through bringing on client liaison, someone to communicate with the clients and quarterback the project in that pre-construction phase, and finding the best use of that person's time has allowed us to move into 25 or 30 plus projects at all times in pre-construction. So that's one big place for us where we saw a huge difference. think burnout is something that certainly can happen. I think that comes more within the owner doing too much and not either building a team, having a team, trusting the team. At some point when you're scaling and you're building the team up, it becomes way too much for any one or two people to manage. And so whether that's somebody just being a control freak or somebody that didn't write the systems and processes, so nobody really knows what they should be doing, I think that the owner burnout or the founder burnout is more a lack of systems and a lack of communicating with the team on what needs to happen and who's responsible for those things. Certainly have been there, especially at the heat of COVID, where you couldn't get materials. The work was just crushing based off of the volume of work and the demand, while not getting materials, while having trades delayed. Clients are upset because their home is partially done, but you've got shipping containers stuck at ports all over the country that aren't releasing materials to anybody. And so I definitely remember feeling some burnout there because it was like 100 hours a week for no results. And what that caused us to do was actually pull back as COVID came to a slowdown, or the problems that came with that. It caused us to pull back and really evaluate our SOPs and who's responsible for what piece. And so we pulled back significantly and got serious about writing those, implementing those, training to those, and then everyone owning their own piece of that, which allowed us to just catapult post that. Even though we still make changes, it allowed us to just catapult past anything I thought we'd be doing at this point in time. I think it's always a bit of both, but probably 90% of my investment has gone into people. And yes, we have more people, so that's part of it, but better people. Evaluating the best people for what our roles are, and making sure that whoever we're meeting with to potentially have them join our team, they're really the best candidate for that role. And we've found some unique people in less than obvious places that didn't know really much about the specifics of what we do, but they had that thing that you look for the role. And so there's some things that you just can't teach. There's some things you can't train. The individual details about what we do, the SOPs, we can train and teach all of that, but we're really focused on kind of that culture of the person and how that fits within our team. It's the number one investment by a long, long ways. So this actually is less about, it's all about the people. The net effect is the people, but the actual tool, the small tool we put in place that only does one thing that had a huge impact on the company is a piece of software actually. And so we use a program called Culture Index, and everybody that is gonna potentially join the team takes about 10 minutes to complete a survey. And it allows us to have conversations with those people, understanding kind of how they're wired for work, where they're coming from from a headspace and how they contribute and work in a certain way. And that fundamentally changed every aspect of our team. It's kind of like right people, right seats, and that is the shortcut for us on doing that. And so we're, I think, coming up on our 5th year into that, and it has made a tremendous difference in the overall team. People are in the roles that they excel at. They're more aligned with how they're naturally built to operate, and the production just absolutely skyrockets when you know everybody's in the right seat.